Miss Amy. I am here with my preschoolers, ages 2.5 to 5, for a Fall in Love with Reading fall story time. It's chilly here in the library. We're getting a brand new boiler, but I am all wrapped up, as you can see. I think just to make things a little bit easier, I'll take off my second wrap and just have my sweater on. It was 55 degrees this morning here in the library. It's warming up a little bit. We have the doors open and it's a nice sunny day. We've been talking about fall and autumn here at Patterson Library, and I'll bet you've noticed some things that are happening outside. But before we see what's in our bag, let's sing our welcome song. Join with me, please. Here we go. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. It's great to be with you today, even though it's virtually. So you'll see that I have leaves and acorns on my board. I have some autumn poems. And let's see what's in my bag today. It's very full. And look, there is another handle besides the handles on the bags. And oh my goodness, look who's here in a basket. It's Pete. Pete, what are you doing in that pile of leaves? Do you love to jump in leaves too? It is so fun to rake up some leaves and jump right in. You better come out of there. Oh my goodness, there are red leaves and some green and some yellow. A lot of brown in this basket, but we have beautiful leaves outside. I'll bet you've been seeing some of those leaves at your house. Have you been raking them up? There's just enough to start to make a big pile. Have you jumped in the leaves yet? Oh, autumn is so fun. I've also noticed around Westfield that people are starting to decorate for Halloween. I've seen pumpkins and beautiful mums, and in some yards I've seen some scary skeletons. But it's so much fun this time of year when the air is crisp and cool. And Pete brought one of his favorite books with him today. Pete, you sit over here and listen, and I'll get your book out. It's called Pete the Cat, Falling for Autumn. Let's start with this story today, written by Kimberly and James Dean. And this one came with some little Thanksgiving cards in it and some stickers. And when I do the take-home bags for November and October, I'll put either the stickers or the cards in the bags for you. So you'll be able to pick those up here at the library. I'll have the October one done next week. So I'll remind you next week to come and pick those up. Our publisher is Harper Publishing. Let's see what Pete's going to do on this autumn day. It was the first day of fall, and Pete the cat is feeling blue. I like summer better, he says. In summer I can swim and surf and play at the beach. Maybe you just need to remind yourself of all the things you love about autumn, Mom suggests. Pete says, I'll try. Pete finds Grandma in the kitchen. She is baking delicious pumpkin pie. The whole house smells sweet and spicy. Pete loves helping Grandma bake pumpkin pie, but he loves helping to eat it even more. After the baking is done, Pete picks a sweet little squat orange pumpkin from the counter, and he slips it in his backpack as a souvenir. Next, Pete heads to the town corn maze. Pete and his friends wander through the long, twisty paths made of tall corn stalks. The best part of the corn maze is getting lost and having to start all over again. As he leaves, Pete plucks a golden corn cob from the maze and places it inside his backpack. Then, Pete visits Grandpa, who is knitting on the porch. Grandpa helps Pete use the knitting needles to knit the yarn into cool patterns. Together, Pete and Grandpa make a long, cozy scarf for Pete to wear. When they're done, Pete chooses a little ball of leftover yarn and places it inside his backpack. Next, Pete goes to the hayride at the park. Pete and Bob, Mom, Dad, and Grandpa all pile in a wagon filled with hay. They go on a bumpy wagon ride all around the park. Woo-hoo, Pete shouts. At the end of the ride, Pete grabs a handful of sweet-smelling hay from the wagon and stuffs it into his backpack. Oh my, he's putting lots of souvenirs in his backpack today. Next, Pete heads over to the apple orchard where he and Callie go apple picking. They eat sweet apple donuts and they drink hot apple cider and they fill their buckets with apples of all different shapes and sizes. Before he leaves, Pete chooses a round red apple and drops it into his backpack. Next, Pete stops by the park. He plays touch football with Bob and their friends. Pete scores a touchdown and everyone cheers. After the game, Pete grabs Bob's football and stuffs it into his backpack. It barely fits. Bob won't mind if I borrow this, Pete says. There we go. Finally, Pete heads back home, but he stops in his front yard, which is covered in bright leaves falling from the trees. Pete helps his dad rake the leaves in big, colorful mounds, and then Pete runs and jumps into the leaf piles. Ah, Pete, that's just like what you did this morning. After he's done jumping, Pete picks a bunch of red and gold and orange leaves and stuffs them into his backpack. Pete's backpack is bursting with fall souvenirs. He can't wait to show Mom. I love autumn, Pete says. Wonderful, says Mom. You know, these would make great decorations for Thanksgiving. So Pete helps Mom fill a basket with all his mementos. They place the basket at the center of the table. You did a great job, Pete, says Mom. It's beautiful, says Dad. Is that my football, asks Bob. Just then the doorbell rings. The Thanksgiving guests are here. All of Pete's family and friends gather around the dining room table. They tell stories and laugh at jokes while they eat. Everyone is having a great time. Pete looks around the table and smiles. He loves lots of things about autumn, but Pete knows what he loves most all year long. Can you guess what Pete loves? His family and friends. And of course, his piece of pumpkin pie. So, Pete the Cat's Autumn. That was a great book, Pete. I'm glad you brought that to share with us today. I have 2 other books I'm going to try to read today, but let's do a little poem first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little autumn leaves high up in the tree. The wind blows. The leaves shake and one falls down to me. Falling, falling, falling down, falling, falling to the ground. Can you make 4 leaves? 4 little autumn leaves high up in the tree. The wind blows. The leaves shake and one falls down to me. Falling, falling, falling down, falling, falling to the ground. How many are left? 1, 2, 3. 3 golden autumn leaves high up in the tree. The wind blows. The leaves shake and one falls down to me. Falling, falling, falling down, falling, falling to the ground. 2 little autumn leaves high up in the tree. The wind blows. The leaves shake and one falls down to me. Falling, falling, falling down, falling, falling to the ground. 1 little autumn leaf high up in a tree. The wind blows. The leaf shakes and now falls down to me. Falling, falling, falling down, falling, falling to the ground. And now we can rake them up and jump right in. So you can have so much fun outside in the autumn. Maybe you're going on a hayride this autumn. Maybe you've seen the grape pickers picking the grapes this autumn. There is so much excitement going on, and we live in a beautiful part of the country to enjoy fall. Now my next story, get my bag, is in my bag. You know that some animals are getting ready for winter right now. At my house, I see squirrels and chipmunks collecting acorns. I had some grapes out on my porch, and I caught a little mouse trying to eat my grapes. Even the bears are getting ready. Groundhogs, skunks, all sorts of animals are getting ready for winter. This is one little bear's tale about his first autumn. It's called Leaves by David Ezra Stein. The publisher is G.P. Putnam. It was his first year. Everything was going well. Until the first leaf fell. Are you okay? Bear wondered. And then a red one fell. A yellow one fell. All over his island, the leaves were falling. Oh my goodness, he didn't know what to think. He tried to catch them and put them back on the limbs, but it was just not the same. He sat beneath a tree and he watched them go and blow all around. Oh, the bear grew sleepy, and so he found a hole and he filled it with leaves. And he went to sleep, just as the wind began to blow. Winter came. Look at all that snow. He slept snug in the ground while the snow piled thick. And then in the spring, with wide eyes, he woke. He felt the sun, and he saw the little buds on the bare arms of the trees. And the tiny leaves that had begun to unfold. Welcome, he cried. And he thought that the leaves also welcomed him. Isn't that a great story? And somehow bears know when it's time to make a nice warm house and snuggle in and sleep, along with a lot of other animals that know that. Just by instinct, they know that. Leaves are twirling, all around. They are falling softly, very, very softly, to the ground, That's a song. We'll sing it a couple more times. And you could sing that to your parents, or your grandparents, or your friends. You can learn that with me right now. And if you're outside, grab some real leaves and you can twirl them around while you're singing. Okay, here we go. Leaves are twirling, all around. They are falling softly, very, very softly, to the ground. Let's do it one more time. You could even fall down like a leaf. If you're singing this at home, you can dance like a leaf. And remember, a leaf doesn't clunk. It falls down very softly, very gently to the ground. Let's sing it one more time so you have it all memorized so you can sing it to someone you love. Leaves are twirling, all around. They are falling softly, very, very softly, to the ground. Are you down on the ground too? Good. Stay right there because we have one more story. This one I'm going to sing to you. You might know the Old Lady books, and Lucille Calandro has done several, and we have many of them at Patterson Library. We have some other fall books at the library that you might enjoy checking out too. I read to the baby and toddlers The Busy Little Squirrel, and that's one you would like also. I also have Clifford's First Autumn, and we have several other autumn books. So you can come into Patterson Library, and even though there aren't toys to play with, you can pick out books to take home and enjoy at home. So our last book today is going to be There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed Some Leaves. And then I'll be done, and maybe you can go out and play in the leaves today. While I'm doing this one, see if you can guess what she's going to make at the very end. Ready? There was an old lady who swallowed some leaves. I don't know why she swallowed those leaves. Perhaps she'll sneeze. There was an old lady who swallowed a shirt. It didn't hurt to swallow a shirt. She swallowed the shirt to fill it with leaves. I don't know why she swallowed the leaves. Perhaps she'll sneeze. There was an old lady who swallowed a pumpkin. She wasn't a pumpkin to swallow that pumpkin. She swallowed the pumpkin to wear the shirt. She swallowed the shirt to fill it with leaves. I don't know why she swallowed the leaves. Perhaps she'll sneeze. Maybe you can sing that last part of each one with me. There was an old lady who swallowed a pole. She was on a roll when she swallowed that pole. She swallowed the pole to prop up the pumpkin. She swallowed the pumpkin to wear the shirt. She swallowed the shirt, fill it with leaves. I don't know why she swallowed the leaves. Perhaps she'll sneeze. There was an old lady who swallowed some pants. She started to dance when she swallowed those pants. She swallowed the pants to cover the pole. She swallowed the pole to prop up the pumpkin. She swallowed the pumpkin to wear the shirt. She swallowed the shirt to fill it with leaves. I don't know why she swallowed the leaves. Perhaps she'll sneeze. There was an old lady who swallowed a rope. She didn't mope when she swallowed that rope. She swallowed the rope to tie up the pants. She swallowed the pants to cover the pole. She swallowed the pole to prop up the pumpkin. She swallowed the pumpkin to wear the shirt. She swallowed the shirt to fill it with leaves. I don't know why she swallowed the leaves. Help me sing it. Perhaps she'll sneeze. There was an old lady who swallowed some hay. She didn't say why she swallowed that hay, but she did it with ease. Then she started to sneeze. Help me do a great big sneeze. Ha, 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 choo! Happy fall. Look what she made. That is a great pumpkin scarecrow. I don't know if it'll scare the crows away, or maybe they'll just like it so much they'll come and sit on it. What a fun old lady story that one was. This is actually borrowed from another library, but I'm going to see if we can get it here at our library too. So maybe next time you come in, we'll have this one that you can check out as well. So thank you for coming to Storytime with me today. I hope you have a wonderful fall week this week. We're going to be doing a lot of other kind of fall animals and fall stories coming up the next few weeks. So I'll see you next time. You have a great day. Thanks a lot.